All right, welcome back to another stream. So, as I can see the thumbnail, I'm talking about the road products again. I've been talking about these products now for a while, and there are reasons. Um, I am a content creator. I do a little streaming. I dabble in the area of this. I have the Rodecaster Pro 2 here. I don't have the Streamer X, and the Rodecaster Duo is not out as yet. But the reason why I'm talking about this so much is because I have been asking the question, and some of the stuff that I see on my YouTube when I talk about these products in the comments, persons are asking me the question whether it makes sense to get like a Rodecaster Pro 2 or get a Streamer X. And it really comes down to what the person is doing. Like, it really comes down to whether or not this person is a streamer or whether or not this person is a content creator who wants to bring in camera and stuff like that. And one of the things that I have been really, really thinking about is bringing in multiple camera, because even as a gamer, if you purchase a Streamer X right now, unless you already have another capture card, you wouldn't be able to bring in the camera, because remember, the Streamer X can only do so much and no more. The Streamer X only have one input and a pass through. And I think in one of my videos I said the Streamer X can record. The Streamer X cannot record by itself. It records into either OBS or it records into whatever streaming software you're using. But it itself doesn't have the capability of recording. The next thing, if you purchase a Streamer X right now and you're doing gameplay, you're streaming your gameplay, but how do you get the camera inside your computer? Well, almost every camera these days, you can plug probably like a USB-C cable into it and run it almost like a webcam. If that's what you're gonna do, then you'll be fine. But some persons would want a capture card to bring in their camera. You're not gonna be able to do that with the Streamer X while you're running a game through it. So these are some of the stuff that I've been looking at. I've been looking at capture cards more so on the Windows side and not the Mac side, because you can't really put no PCI anything into Mac computers unless you have one of those $50,000 computer from Mac, which right now the Mac Pro don't even make no sense. The Mac Studio that I have right here, you have Mac Studio out there that are more powerful than the Mac Pro that came out a couple of years ago, which costs pretty money. I mean, like, the money is so pretty that you don't even want to look at it. However, the I think Elgato have a PCI 4K capture card, PCI 4K Pro it name, and that allows you to bring in four 4K stream to a computer, but most likely that's for the Windows side of stuff. I've been looking at those. I've been looking at the A10 Mini, mostly the A10 Mini Pro, because the A10 Mini Pro allow you to get all four inputs into your computer as almost, well, as individual inputs. So while the A10 Mini, just a single, the Mini without the Pro, you only can get that one HDMI that comes out of the A10 Mini into your computer as a source. The A10 Mini Pro allows you to get four source from the one A10, which is a plus. It also allows you to set up what I'm call a multicam. So you can basically combine all four sources into a multicam. It might be useful depending on what you're doing. It might not be. But the A10 Mini only allow you to bring in 1080p. You cannot bring in 4K from the A10 Mini, which 1080p for the most part is okay depending on what you're doing. If you're a gamer, it might be an issue. But if you're a person who want to bring in multiple cameras and you're not playing game, I would highly recommend the A10 Mini over the Streamer X. We're talking about one input versus four. And the A10 Mini Pro let me jump on Amazon quick and tell you. So the A10 Mini Pro is $400. It's the same price as the Streamer X. Now, the A10 Mini Pro doesn't have the audio interface like the Streamer X. So it's not a dual type of thing. It's just a video interface. Mind you can run like simple audio through it, but it's not an audio interface. The Streamer X, however, is an audio and video interface. So that separates it. But for a person who have a Rodecaster Pro 2, I would definitely recommend more than the Streamer X. Getting an A10 Mini Pro and you will be okay. If it's not game and you need that high frame rate, if it's not that you're doing, the A10 Mini Pro, if you have like a Mac computer or something of the sort, but if you have a Windows computer, I would recommend you get what's the name of it again? The Elgato 4K Pro. I think that's the name of it. It's a capture card which allow you to bring in four 4K inputs into your computer. And it works through PCI slots. And each input works, very good. It has some issues based on what I've researched online, like some small issues. But it's things that you can work around. That is what I am recommending. And I will probably end up get one of those when I reorganize my Windows computer. Because I'm planning to rebuild. I have some of the parts. I'm planning to rebuild my Windows computer, and that might be one of the stuff that I put into it. And then I will connect my Rodecaster Pro to it, and then that will allow me to bring in multiple cameras into the computer. So yeah, like while I'm very interested in the Streamer X, I think for my use case, it will be limited because it doesn't allow me to bring in the camera, which means I still would have to go and get a capture card. So now I would have multiple capture card, which means I will be using multiple USB interface to send these capture card into the computer. I'd rather to just get one capture card, whether it be the A10 Mini or this Elgato 4K Pro that you put into a computer, and know that that deals with that, as opposed to be using multiple capture cards, which takes up the USB lanes and all of that. But yeah, that's my take on it. I think this might be the last time I speak on the Rodecaster Pro, the Rodecaster Duo, and the Streamer X. But I think that's my final. That is kind of the decision I've made. We know that the Rodecaster Pro 2 is very similar. The Rodecaster Pro 2 is very similar to the Rodecaster Duo is literally Rodecaster Pro 2 with some stuff stripped out of it. So instead you have 4 mic inputs, you have 2. Instead you have 8 smart pads, you have 6. Instead you have 6 faders, you have 4. So it's just a stripped down version, the Rodecaster Duo. But it's the same thing. So if you have a Rodecaster Pro 2, you don't need a Rodecaster Duo. And if you have a Rodecaster Pro 2, I really don't think you need a Streamer X. I think your money would be better spent if you go and get one of these capture cards that I'm talking about, or get an A10 Mini Pro. But to each his own. Some person probably want that one standalone thing that allows them to do the streaming. But remember, you will still need something to capture, especially if you're doing live gaming. If you're just doing regular game streaming and trying to record a game, and then you have your camera separate recording you, that's completely different. But as I say, it's a lot. It's a mouthful to talk about this Streamer X. Every time I make a video, persons comment on it, it's like somebody bring up something new, and then I would have to probably like respond to them and say, yo, I don't think you really need this if you're doing certain things. But yeah, as I say, well, I'm trying to make this my last time talking about the Rodecaster Pro 2, the Rodecaster Duo, and the Streamer X. And yeah, it's kind of look a bit late now. So until the next one, I'm Shango. Bless up.